Welcome to Kenya.
More than ever, let me state, Kenya is open for business investment, especially through the public-private partnerships window. With an overwhelming debt burden, we see PPPs as the open window of opportunity to develop the country. We therefore invite the business community in Sweden and Norway to embrace their Kenyan counterparts in this journey. It gives me a great pleasure to officiate at this tripartite Kenya, Sweden, and Norway Business Summit. Both our bilateral and multilateral relations with Nordic countries, of which Sweden and Norway are part of, has been very rewarding indeed. It is the support Kenyans got from Nordic countries that opened the space in our democratization process, leading the return to multi-party democracy and to the current progressive Kenya Constitution. Our partnership in good governance has evolved into meaningful partnerships in areas of human rights, gender equality, and women's rights. I'd like to request Sweden to reflect a little on the money transfer aspects, because there's a little bit of a hitch on funds being transferred from Sweden to Kenya. I think if we can look at the hitches, it would be very helpful so that we can encourage the trade to move even faster. We continue to urge Norway to increase support for Kenya civil society that are doing tremendous work at the grassroots. It is indeed such civic-minded work that has informed and inspires our bottom-up approach to development from now and into the future. I wish to acknowledge that our bilateral relations with Norway have grown greatly over time in environment, energy, health, and education sectors. We look forward to development cooperation on the blue economy and the co-hosted Ocean Seminar between our two countries next year. Meanwhile, Kenya is eager to mine Norway's knowledge and technical capacity in hydropower and solar energy production in our determination to cut down on harmful and sustainable emissions. On climate change, we take pride in the fact that Kenya has taken the leadership role on climate action with support of Nordic countries. We have in place a comprehensive climate policy and legislation to guide climate action, with an ambitious target to achieve 10% tree cover and conversion to 92% renewable energy. We look forward to Norway's COP27 commitment to double the climate finance to US dollars 1.7 billion by 2026. In strengthening bilateral relations, Kenya and Sweden, as recently as July 2022, signed an MOU strengthening bilateral trade and commercial relations in the fields of trade and investment, industry, infrastructure development, automotive industry, and other areas. We look forward to broaden collaboration under Sweden's new strategy for development cooperation with Kenya for the period of 2021 to 2025. This will be in line with the Memorandum of Understanding on strengthening of bilateral trade and commercial relations between the Government of Kenya and the Government of Sweden that was signed on 14th July 2022.
Guided by the Sustainable Development Goals, our countries are committed to addressing and finding solutions to these challenges. But governments cannot do the job alone. According to current estimates, substantial investments need to be done if we are to reach the Sustainable Development Goals. And this is where the private sector has a key role to play. We need to mobilize the private sector to pioneer solutions to our global challenges. And we need to create opportunities for women and for young people and build sustainable societies. And we need to do it all in a responsible manner. Norway commends Kenya and its National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights, which is a comprehensive strategy to protect against human rights abuses by businesses, whether private or owned by government. As the first African country to launch such a plan, Kenya now leads the way in promoting responsible business conduct. The promise of this business seminar is to provide an arena for companies to expand existing business relations and investments and to build new relationships. Food security is one area where we can join forces in combating our shared challenges. And this is a topic that will be discussed further today. We need trade and innovation to develop smart solutions to ensure the best yields. Let me tell you a little secret. Norwegians are serious coffee drinkers. In fact, we are number 2 in the world, only beaten by our good neighbors, the Finns. And coffee is among the top items that Kenya exports to Norway. So you can always try to offer a Norwegian a cup of coffee. You can always try to offer a Norwegian a cup of coffee to seal the deal. That's a good tip. Kenya, Sweden, and Norway, I am confident that we can work together to establish a strong value chain for sustainable development. On that note, I wish you every success with today's seminar. Asante sana.
Over the past 2 decades, the Kenyan government has undergone a true the Kenyan economy has undergone a true transformation. There is a booming ICT sector and a vibrant innovation ecosystem. And it's been a privilege to witness this firsthand during our meetings over these days with young Kenyan entrepreneurs. Clearly, we have a lot that we can learn from each other. The implementation of the 2030 agenda is a high priority for both Sweden and Norway. For me, personally, as an advocate emerita of the Sustainable Development Goals, there is not a moment to waste. And I know that this is a conviction that I share with Crown Prince Haakon, long-time Goodwill Ambassador for UNDP. The Kenyan government's ambitious vision, 2030, is a testament that an accelerated SDG implementation is a priority that our 3 countries share.